In New Mexico, a family fleeing across the desert with a smuggler is suddenly attacked by a fast-moving, monstrous figure that kills the smuggler, an outbreak that began 2 days earlier at a nearby military base where Dr. Snowman was conducting experiments under pressure from Commander Murdoch. Meanwhile, in Mexico, notorious drug lord Alonzo is celebrating his birthday in prison before being extradited. Known as a powerful dealer who still runs operations behind bars, he becomes suspicious of a new guard who appears to be a former soldier. Outside, reporter Lilia covers his transfer, highlighting his dangerous reputation and mysterious past. As preparations for his transport begin, agents, including Basariel and Cruz, are assigned to escort him, fully aware they are dealing with an extremely high-risk prisoner. As Alonzo's extradition is being arranged, DEA agents in Texas prepare to receive him. Meanwhile, in New Mexico, Dr. Henry is clearing out a rehab center when Alonzo secretly contacts him, hinting at an escape plan and asking for a place to hide. At a nearby military base, a senator visits and pressures Dr. Snowman and Commander Murdoch to deliver results on a super soldier serum inspired by insects' ability to feel no pain. The experiment fails during the demonstration, angering the senator, who gives them 1 week to succeed or shut the program down. Under pressure, Snowman continues experimenting, secretly injecting a pig with a stronger dose after previous attempts fail, pushing the dangerous research further. In the desert, Valencia discovers one pig from the experiments is still alive and releases it, unknowingly setting something dangerous free. Meanwhile, reporter Lilia sneaks into the prison by creating a distraction with a planted toy gun, allowing her to steal a visitor pass and enter with her camera. At the same time, a coordinated escape plan is activated inside the prison. Security systems are shut down and a guard attempts to kill Alonzo, but he was prepared. After a brutal fight, Alonzo kills the guard and escapes through a hidden tunnel beneath his cell. As chaos erupts and alarms sound, Lilia captures the unfolding situation on camera. Underground, Alonzo meets an accomplice, and the two flee the prison on motorcycles, successfully escaping. In the desert, the supposedly dead pigs come back to life as violent, infected creatures, attacking and devouring a stray dog before moving on in search of more victims, hinting that the experimental serum has created something dangerous. Back at the prison, Basariel uncovers Alonzo's escape tunnel and takes control of the investigation, while Lilia captures everything on camera but narrowly avoids arrest. As authorities begin the manhunt, Alonzo reunites with his gang and his estranged son, Lucas, who resents him for abandoning him. Meanwhile, Alonzo's crew sets a trap. When Basariel's team tracks them to a location, they find it empty, only for hidden explosives to detonate, destroying the area and putting the agents in serious danger. After surviving the explosion, Basariel's team is suddenly attacked by the mutated pigs, which brutally maul the agents. Those bitten begin transforming into the same monstrous state, showing the infection spreads. At the lab, Snowman continues experimenting, accidentally creating a pig that revives and goes berserk, killing others. Realizing the serum works, but with deadly side effects like cannibalism, he declares success and plans to refine it, asking for the previously discarded pigs. Meanwhile, Lilia keeps reporting on the chaos and reaches out to Alonzo for his side of the story. Alonzo and his gang escape through tunnels into the U.S., arriving at Henry's rehab center for refuge. However, tensions remain, especially between Alonzo and his resentful son, Lucas. Lucas is unhappy at the rehab center, feeling out of place and isolated, especially with a room that feels too childish and far from his normal life. Meanwhile, the soldiers attacked by the infected pigs revive as zombie-like creatures. Retaining limited speech, they repeat Alonzo's name as they relentlessly track him across the desert, displaying superhuman strength and violent hunger. At the same time, Valencia and Snowman discover one of the mutated pigs and confirm the danger of the outbreak. Elsewhere, political pressure rises as authorities question possible inside help in Alonzo's escape, putting prison director Contreras under threat from the Apostles cartel. Back at the hideout, tension eases slightly as Alonzo begins bonding with Lucas, even allowing him to learn how to shoot and praising his progress, marking a small step in repairing their strained relationship. Alonzo prepares for another attack, suspecting the apostles and even a possible traitor within his group. Meanwhile, DEA agent Joel visits prisoner El Romeo in Texas and offers him freedom in exchange for helping capture Alonzo, since Romeo was once his close friend. Romeo agrees but demands the chance to kill Alonzo himself. Using Romeo's knowledge, Joel deduces Alonzo is actually in the United States and redirects his pursuit. At the same time, reporter Lilia is pressured by Contreras, who offers money and threatens her career to force her cooperation in finding Alonzo, which she reluctantly accepts. She is then followed by a suspicious man and tries to escape him in a public pool and changing area. Elsewhere, the infected pig outbreak worsens when a soldier ignores warnings and gets bitten, showing the virus is still spreading and remains extremely dangerous. Valencia brings an infected soldier to Snowman, who contains him while studying the virus. Despite briefly dying, the soldier revives as a zombie, confirming the outbreak's rapid spread. Meanwhile, Alonzo agrees to give Lilia an interview after Lucas believes she can be trusted. Alonzo tries to bond with Lucas by giving him a drone, but Lucas accidentally flies it outside the safe zone and discovers the zombified soldiers attacking and killing people nearby. The situation escalates as the infected spread further, even killing civilians, including a pregnant woman. At the same time, Alonzo discovers one of his men, No Balls, is secretly working for the apostles. After killing a messenger bird carrying a message, Alonzo chases him but loses track of him, while tensions rise within the group. Dog then realizes Lucas is missing and goes searching for him. Lucas encounters a zombified smuggler who becomes aggressive after being provoked, but Dog intervenes and kills it, only to be bitten in the process. As Lucas tries to help, Dog sacrifices himself, urging the boy to run before he transforms. Meanwhile, Alonzo's gang hunts No Balls, who is revealed to be a traitor working with the apostles. He escapes through tunnels, kills one pursuer in an ambush, but is eventually overwhelmed when he runs into zombies. Alonzo later reunites with Lucas and arrives at Dog, mistakenly believing he is dead. When Dog briefly revives and attacks, Alonzo kills Dog, calling him a traitor despite Lucas insisting otherwise. The group returns home, unaware they are being watched by Cruz. Back at the lab, Snowman demonstrates control over the enhanced soldier using electric shocks and tests his strength. But the experiment spirals out of control when the soldier becomes violent, injuring Murdoch before being taken down. Snowman, frustrated but undeterred, demands more test subjects, suggesting the infected pigs may provide new ones. Cruz gathers a group of infected migrants and leads them into violent confrontations, while strange emotional flashbacks briefly surface during their attacks. The hunting team stopped their vehicle to inspect something on the road, only to be suddenly ambushed by a zombie and an infected dog that is still alive. A violent fight breaks out, and one member is bitten. His companion quickly kills the zombie and then struggles to subdue the dog, eventually tying it up and placing it in their truck. Alonzo inspects the captured dog, noticing it still moves and twitches despite severe injuries. They assume this unusual behavior is due to a new experimental product from the apostles. The bitten gang member transforms into a zombie and is captured by soldiers, who force him to lead them toward the rehabilitation center. Back at the lab, Valencia reports the situation, prompting Murdoch to conclude the zombies are too dangerous and must be wiped out. Snowman objects, insisting they preserve at least one specimen. Lilia, Henry, and a drunken priest travel by car when a zombie suddenly appears on the road and climbs onto their vehicle. Henry recognizes it as a former gang member, but the zombie attacks, biting the priest and causing chaos. The vehicle crashes shortly after, and the zombie feeds on the injured priest. A guard at the rehabilitation center sees the incident and calls for help. Henry fights the zombie, but is nearly bitten before Lilia kills it. The priest dies from his injuries. Alonzo arrives and evacuates them. Snowman, Murdoch, and their team arrive in the desert and recover a dead soldier from Valencia's earlier report. They discover the soldier actually died from a stray bullet rather than infection, making the body useless for Snowman's research. Meanwhile, Lucas tries to cope with Dog's infection. He brings out old walkie-talkies and attempts to reconnect with memories of playing with the animal. But the infection overwhelms him. He becomes violent, breaks free from his restraints, and Lucas is forced to shoot him, leaving him emotionally devastated. Alonzo arrives to comfort his son, but the moment is interrupted by a helicopter crash caused by Bossaril, who attacks the aircraft with a massive rock and triggers a full-scale zombie assault on the center. Bossaril coordinates the horde as zombies breach the walls. The defenders struggle to fight back due to poor understanding where to aim. The chaos draws attention from Murdoch's team, who begin heading toward the center. Joel and Romeo survive the crash and eliminate 2 attackers, but lose track of another. One zombie infiltrates the building, forcing Alonzo, Lucas, Henry, and Lilia to hide deeper inside. Lilia secretly records events using a hidden phone as a monster searches Lucas's room. Alonzo tries to ambush it, but is overpowered and thrown through a glass door. Lucas briefly fights, but is forced to flee and hide. Lilia intervenes and kills the creature with precise shots. Afterwards, Lucas examines the corpse and realizes the zombies have 2 hearts, like insects, and Lilia documents the discovery with photos. Alonzo arrives and scolds Lilia for secretly recording everything. Outside, Henry continues fighting off zombies, using liquid smoke and fire to destroy one before knocking it off a wall, while zombified No-Balls attacks his former allies despite flashes of memory from his past life. Elsewhere, Cruz and Bossaril move through the area, while another soldier engages a gang member who leaves a grenade behind. The zombie simply discards it and continues the hunt, until Bossaril calls it away. Alonzo, Lilia, and Lucas attempt to escape through a back exit, but encounter another zombie. A fight breaks out, and with Lilia's help, Alonzo kills it. Lucas examines the body and realizes the zombie's weak point is the cerebellum, not the brain. They retreat back inside. Joel and Romeo then enter the building separately, causing tension and confusion. Joel is followed by a zombie, forcing everyone into a joint firefight that quickly ends the threat. However, the survivors immediately face a standoff due to mistrust, which is temporarily settled with a fragile truce. Meanwhile, Murdoch's forces breach the compound's gate and advance, while Snowman insists on capturing at least 1 live specimen. Valencia's team ignores him and opens fire on incoming zombie soldiers. Murdoch attempts to communicate with those inside using a megaphone, causing hesitation among Cruz and Bossaril, who are preparing to act. Inside the house, Henry and the last remaining gang member join Alonzo's group. Cruz and Bossaril arrive at the front entrance and unexpectedly surrender with their zombie horde mirroring them. Surrounded by soldiers, Valencia learns they are specifically looking for Alonzo. Alonzo hears this and decides to reroute the group through a different exit, refusing to bring Joel along. As the group escapes through the back, Joel instead returns to negotiate with the Apostle's mole. At the front, Bossaril reveals intelligence and coordination, proving the zombies are not mindless. He signals the horde, and they activate smoke bombs, confusing the soldiers, allowing them to retreat into the hills under heavy but ineffective firepower. Meanwhile, Alonzo leads his group to a guard post where they find a hidden tunnel. The last remaining gang member helps them open it, and they begin descending one by one. Just as Alonzo is about to enter, a zombie ambushes him and bites his arm. He kills it and quickly follows the others into the tunnel, hiding his injury.